Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys I'll be checking out Piers Morgan as he asked Roseanne Barr what is a woman. And you guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
But fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be hot and humid right now, my next guest, because it's someone who normally has something very well worth listening to.
Are you ever sorry we got married?
Every second of my life.
She's the world's most cancelled comic. If you just feel like you can't say it, well, the chances are Roseanne Barr's probably already said it.
Do I seem bitchy to you at all?
And lately that's been getting her into a whole lot of trouble.
Nobody died in the Holocaust either. 6 million Jews should die right now, but it never happened.
The Jewish comic is accused of being homophobic, transphobic, even anti-Semitic, and was sensationally dropped from her own sitcom for racist tweets. Fans say she's misunderstood. Critics say she's missing her marbles.
A friend Ganti protects me from myself.
Tonight, I say she's uncensored. Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined live from Texas by the host of the Roseanne Barr podcast. It's Roseanne. Roseanne, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Piers?
Well, I can't think of anybody I would rather have on a show called Uncensored than you.
Of course, you're smart.
I like that.
Have we gone mad, Roseanne, in our world?
Of
when I look
course,
at all the
we've gone
fallout
mad.
to the things that you say or do, I look at the sort of apoplexy that people bring to jokes, to humour, to sarcasm, to irony, all these things. And I really despair that the very essence of comedy, for example, is being expunged from human life.
Yes, it is. Yeah, well, you should despair, Piers, and so should anybody who has a brain or, any humanity whatsoever, or any connection to any other human beings on earth. They should despair too. I say that they are weaponizing stupidity, and people have sunk to such a level that they can't handle satire, because satire is when you take two disparate subjects and bring them together to defamiliarize reality, such as a poet does with words. Defamiliarize reality. And they cannot hold two disparate ideas in their head at the same time, because they're fed bullshit 24/7 over the media. And I'm about to go crazy sitting here on the earphone hearing the stuff you all are saying about the Ukraine. I'm about to have a heart attack, but I'm not even going to go into it. I'm from the Ukraine. The Ukrainian, there is a large faction of Nazis. I don't know if you know this, but there's a large amount of Nazis in the Ukraine, and they actually killed my whole family.
Wow.
I'm from the Ukraine.
That's so
and
sad.
They marched my entire family, grandmothers, great-grandparents, 10 siblings out into the forest and buried them alive in the Ukraine.
Wow.
So I don't understand why everybody's Ukraine. Well, I do understand, and that's also what terrifies me. People better wake up and do some research on their own instead of buying what comes across on the screen. And I try to shake them up, Piers. You're goddamn right I do. I try to shake them up and crack their mind control programming. I do it for God.
Well, here's, Roseanne, what I would say to that. I don't agree with you about a lot of the stuff you said about Ukraine. I know what you said, and you're perfectly entitled to your views. I would say in relation to the suggestion that they're all a bunch of
You
Nazis.
haven't seen the swastikas on those
Roseanne,
soldiers' arms.
The
It's in the
President Zelensky
news.
himself is Jewish, so obviously he is de facto not a Nazi.
I know, but he's not a good one. Are all Jews the same? For God's sake, talk about anti-Semitic. Just because the guy's a Jew doesn't mean he likes Jews or that he's doing anything good for the Jews. I mean, so what? Who cares what anybody is? That was the whole point of my tweet. Just because they're skin folk don't mean they're kin folk. You know what I mean? Just because they're the same color as you don't mean
Skin
they ain't
color.
trying to lock your ass up. Wake up, people! Snap out of it.
Okay.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
like I said,
so
you're uncensored,
unhinged.
so you're perfectly entitled to your views. I'm entitled to a different view. I'm
I'll
sure
be
you would
nice.
accept that. It's okay. I'm going to be nice. You're perfectly
I
entitled
can
to
accept
say
that
what
you
you
have a
think.
different view, Piers. I can speak respectfully to another human being because I actually, I love to converse and I just get passionate sometimes. And I love that people disagree with me. I love to have conversations.
That's true.
So excuse
You
my
know, there was
passion.
So that there can be a debate.
It's okay. Of course, passion's fine. There was a big outcry recently where I defended you, actually, where you were accused of
I know you did. I
denying
watched you. I was shocked.
Right. Well, I call things as I see them. And on that occasion, it was clear to me that you were saying a statement which you didn't actually mean to be taken literally. You were exposing a wider picture of what you
meant
believe
the
to be immediate
opposite.
untruths. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that it went over everybody's head isn't my fault.
Well, I'm going to play it. Let's play a clip again to remind people of what got you into trouble. Then I'll come and say what I think about it again.
Be sure to include the context, which was there's no way in hell Biden got 81 million votes. If you don't include that context, you're going to make me mad, Piers.
Okay, well, I don't want to make you mad, but we've got a
Because that's a big lie,
42.
too.
We have a 42-second clip. Let's take a look.
The election was not rigged. 36 counties can give you 81 million votes.
Right.
That's a fact.
So it wasn't rigged.
Of course not.
Yeah.
36 counties have 81 million people in them. See? That's the truth. And
Yeah.
don't you dare say anything against it or you'll be off YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other ones because we have, there's such a thing as the truth and facts and we have to stick to it. And,
It's scary.
and that is the truth. And nobody died in the Holocaust either.
No.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It should happen. 6 million Jews should die right now because they cause all the problems in the world, but it never happened. But it never happened.
Now, I listened to that in full context. I listened to a lot more of it. And it was absolutely crystal clear and obvious to me that you didn't mean anything that you were saying there. In fact, you meant the complete opposite. But it was sliced and diced and put out on social media. And then the next thing is you have Roseanne Barr, who is actually Jewish, being accused of denying the Holocaust, which obviously is ridiculous. Why do these things happen?
Because I'm a targeted individual. As I say, for 6,000 years, there has been a Jewish civil war, and nobody knows about it, and I speak about it a lot. But it's at its climax right now, and I have been targeted by, largely Jewish people on the other side of the political spectrum. Our view is centered on whether Israel should exist or not, and these are things we don't talk about in public. But when I ran for president in 2012, they used to stand up and it was always Jewish people with silver ponytails, Marxists, they would stand up. I ran as a socialist, and they would stand up and scream, "What about the illegal occupation of blah, blah?" And I couldn't believe it because they would do it over and over and over again to attack me because I'm a Jew, I think. But Marxist Jews are not the same as the kind of Jew I am, and that's what really makes me mad because when people assume that there's only one kind of Jew, they're missing a shitload of history. And I feel like, I'm here to speak to that. And also, the context that I used was about the internet is full of Holocaust denial, Nazi comments, and saying, but the thing they always say is, no Jews were killed in the Holocaust, but it should happen. That's what they all say. And it's all over BitChute comments, YouTube. It's wall to wall. That's why I left Facebook. It made me so sick. It was wall to wall anti-Semitism. And these same people, these socialists, aging socialists, which I won't even go into what a scam socialism they have made me their target because they don't think that I'm the right kind of Jew. And they don't think that any Jew who thinks like I do is the right kind of Jew. And so I have to live with that. And it is within my community. And it's just like when black activists come on and talk about, being targeted by their own community too. It's much the same. It's a cultural war. And it is between, the far left and normal, sane human beings, such as myself.
Well, Roseanne, I don't think any of us are normal, sane human beings. My theory is we're all slightly nuts, and it's just a question of degree, but that's just a personal view. We can take a short break. When we come back, I'm going to ask you the most contentious.
Piers. Hey, Piers.
Well, I'm going to ask you the most controversial. I'm going to ask you the most controversial question in the world after the break.
I want to tell you a joke. Okay.
Well, tell me the joke after the break. We'll be back in 2 seconds. Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored, live from New York. We're on the most famous sites in the world, of course. And still with me is the world's most cancelled comedian, but she's still there, Roseanne Barr. So, Roseanne, we left viewers on a cliffhanger. You were about to tell me a joke.
Yeah, I wanted to say two things. One is we have a joke, those of us who have mental health issues, that there's insane and outsane. So I wanted to cap off what you were saying before. But also I wanted to finish saying that just last week, these leftists, such as are in the Biden administration, the State Department of the United States instituted a boycott, divest, and sanction against the Jewish people in Israel, and also with American businesses who do trading business with Israel. So it's a boycott of Israel and of America, the Biden administration, State Department. So there is never an end to their censorship, their jackboot on your face if you don't do what they want, and if the Jews don't do what they want. But I'm happy to say that for the first time in Israel and Knesset, there is not one progressive, nor is there one leftist in the Knesset, and the Jewish people in Israel couldn't be happier and feel that they've been freed from slavery. I just want to say that.
That's fine. You've said it. What is the joke that you were going to tell me?
She's already said it.
That the people with mental health issues say there's insane and outsane.
Oh, I see.
So
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Two things.
I thought you were making a serious statement about it. Okay, I get it. Now, listen, Roseanne, let me ask you the most difficult question in the world, funny. Apparently. What is a woman?
How much do I weigh?
No, what is a woman?
A woman is me. A woman is somebody whose breasts hang down to her stomach and who has a prolapsed uterus from giving birth to 5 ungrateful little bastards who have never had to work for a thing in their goddamn life. That's what a woman is. That's
true. That's what a woman is.
I see. And how do the ungrateful little bleeps, how do they react when you say things like this about them?
Oh, they laugh. They have good senses of humor. You should hear the horrible jokes they tell about me. You wouldn't believe they have the worst jokes about me. The
Roseanne,
kids
what's your
too.
life?
My 8-year-old grandson.
I was going to ask you, Roseanne, you've obviously been through the mincer a bit in recent years, but how are you in yourself? I mean, you happy? You have a happy life?
Yes, I do. I have a joyous, wonderful life. It's a bit hot down here. Woo! But yeah, I have. I own myself and my soul and my space and my ethereal thinking and my art. And I have a wonderful, loving family. And my mother's still alive. She's 89. She's a bit of a libtard, but I overlook it. But and so are my gay brother and my gay sister, and all of my family actually are libtards. But, I just pray for them and love them.
And do they do the same for you, do you think?
Oh, they think I'm completely they think I went off the planet. Yeah, but they love me. They just don't engage. But, when you're sitting there at Passover and, you're drinking the cups of wine to celebrate, leaving Egypt, and one of your libtard nephews, or I mean grandsons, whatever it is, he stands up. What about the Egyptians who were slaughtered? Shut the hell up!
That's funny.
You know, here's the thing, Roseanne, is that obviously you like saying, you know, outrageous things. And I like that about you, actually. I think
I
more
like
people
that
should be
too.
doing this
I love
in life. But it seems to me you don't necessarily fall out with even your nearest and dearest over it. Have we all just got too sensitive? Are we too over-offended? Should we just be able to say outrageous things and then have a drink and a laugh with each other?
Check it out, Piers. The people that are saying everything's offensive are walking down the street swinging their penises in kids' face dressed. Those are the people who say shit's offensive.
Oh my God.
The fucking, you know what I mean?
Uncensored.
Jesus. Hey, hello. I say,
Well,
women,
Roseanne?
this is my advice to today's woman. Keep your penis in your pants, especially when children are around, women.
Oh my
Roseanne,
God.
I think we've certainly lived up to the billing of uncensored. Thank you very much indeed for joining the show. I appreciate
Wow.
it. Good to see you. And good luck with your tour, which I know
Love
is
it.
selling like hotcakes, and I'm not surprised.
Wow, you guys, I really enjoyed this interview with Roseanne Barr. She is truly uncensored, and I love how plain, how unbiased she is. She says it as it is, and that is why I love her so much. I'm gonna check more of her videos out. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And this is me officially signing out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.